Hi Scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another edition of us walking through the 110 scrapbooking border ideas and sketchbook. So we started this series back in January, picking sketches in the border book, creating the border, and then taking that border and creating it into a single or double page layout spread. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. And we have been very busy in this book this week. So if you didn't catch my live, I'll link it at the end of the video. But I did a live earlier this week where I did a border in this book, and then I turned it into a 2-page Easter layout. And also, if you're on my Facebook page, or if you do Facebook, I have the link in the description below for my Facebook page. But over there, I also did a sketch in this book this week and created a single page layout for my daughter's school album. So hop on over there if you haven't seen that already. So this will be the third one this week, but it's actually number 4 in our playlist for the 110 scrapbooking border ideas and sketches. So if you have this book, go ahead and open it up to page 63. And if not, that's okay. I'm going to pop it up here on the screen and we'll talk about it. Okay, so what we have in this sketch is we have a base, and this particular base has a couple different treatments on it. It has if you look at the big circles in the sketch at the bottom of the border, that's going to be a border punch, and you'll see it extends past the other layers of the border and comes out the other side. And again, there'll be a roughly trim there using a fancy blade from our trimmer. So our base this time has a lot going on with it. So that's a little bit unusual from what we've been doing. Then on top of that fabulous base, we are going to put 2 paper layers. The first layer is going to be a straight cut, so that's going to be pretty simple. Then on top of that straight cut, we'll have another layer, and that layer will have a treatment on both edges using, again, a fancy blade on our 12-inch trimmer. Then on top of that layer, we will do some decorating. Here in our sketch, you'll see with those circles running across, that's represented by, you can either do a border punch, a border making cartridge, a border sticker, any kind of embellishment that you want to run across the entire border. Okay, but that's your choice. It doesn't even have to run across the whole border if you don't want. And then of course, the flower there represents where our embellishment cluster is recommended. Come on back to my desk and I'll show you what papers I'm using. So for my border today, I am going to use papers from the Tropic Time collection. I'll be using this beautiful floral piece as my base, and then these 2 turquoise pieces for the 2 layers we talked about. I also have the sticker sheets with me today, and we will use these to decorate and embellish our border and our layout. We will be making a 2-page layout today. So let's put this aside and we'll get to creating. So before we get started, I will pop the sketch up on the screen. I'll move these out of the way so that we can have a clear view of the sketch as I recreate it in my version. Okay, to begin, I'm going to bring in the cloud frame punch, and this is the punch that I will use to create the base for our border. And I'm just going to cut it as though it is a border and not a frame. So I'll be using the black lines here on the front of the border. Okay, now we're going to trim this down, but I am going to change the blade to the scallop blade, which is the purple one here. It's 2 3/4. So I'll take the highest point of our cloud and put it on the 2 3/4 mark. And there we go. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's change this back. Okay, let me bring in this piece of white so that I can build on top of it, and you can see the detail in the punch and the treatment on the left-hand side there. And I'm also going to bring in my mat here so that we can just have a little platform for this. Okay, so then the next piece is that straight cut that we were talking about. And for that, I'm going to bring in this turquoise floral print. For this one, we want to do a 1 5/8. 5/8 is the next big line after the 1/2 inch mark. That will go right there. So just a little bit of our ruffle here is showing out, just like in our inspiration piece. And I guess I should have kept the scallop blade out because I'm going to use it again. And for the next layer, we're going to bring in this, it's kind of a light turquoise or maybe like a mint green piece. And we are going to give this a little bit of a trim so that we can get our blade going here. Oh, I kind of cut that one a little too close. Okay, let's do it again. There we go. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can maybe get those scallops going the same way. And for this one, I'm going to do 1 3/8. Now the 3/8 will be the next longest one before the 1/2 inch mark. You could do it at the top and then hold it and then take it down to the bottom to make sure that you're lined up, because there's no line for that marking. Okay, and there we go. Let me get this adhered down. Okay, so here's our border so far. Now we're going to start the decorating. And for my border punch that I'm going to use, I'm going to bring in the Monstera leaf border punch because, you know, I'm doing a Hawaii layout, so that's obviously very perfect. I'm using the back side of our mint green striped paper. There we go. We'll put that right across there. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do for the border right now. We'll come back and we're going to do some more embellishing on this, but I want to start looking at my photo placement and see how much room we have and look for a title. So let's bring in the paper for our background. Okay, I'm back, and as I was gathering up my background papers and my photos, I decided to go ahead and make another border. I think what I'm going to do is have one border on each side of my double page spread. Okay, so what I decided for my background papers are these beautiful peachy, orangey, tone-on-tone papers. Okay, it looks a little bit wild, so we'll have to see, but you know, I think it's going to add a lot of color and spunk to my overall layout. Let's see what we have. I want to put one at the top up here with a little bit of the orange peeking through, and then one down here at the bottom, to kind of tie in the two pages together. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. When I use borders, I do it so that I have a lot of room. I spend my time focused on my border, making it pretty, and then that opens up the rest of the page for photo placement. It helps me to get a lot of photos per page, but I'm going to get 4 on each page here. These are photos from the Big Island in Hawaii, downtown, doing some shopping and some sightseeing. And so I'm going to put them in a row like that. And over here is just more of the Big Island like that. And that's going to be my basic layout. Now, I do kind of want to put something at the bottom here and the top here to kind of ground my layout so that my eye has a stopping place. So on this page, it would start here and then stop at something down here, and then the next page it would start here and look down here. So for that, I'm going to bring in my border stickers. I'm liking the green ones. Let's see. I'm going to bring in my gray mat again, so I have my alignment correctly, and then grab that sticker back. So what I'm going to do is, I think it kind of has a little point right there. I think what I'll do is I'll put that little point at the 1/2 inch mark. Put it in place, and then when I get to the other side, line it up with the 1/2 inch mark over here. There we go. Let me bring in my other mat for the other side, and I'm actually going to spin it upside down. Get the other one out here, make sure it's lined up as close as we can. And then the 1/2 inch mark again. And there we go. So I think it's really going to help, like I said, grounding that layout. Okay, I'm liking it. So I think the next thing I want to do is bring in some mat cards for matting just a couple of the photos. I brought in some of the dark blue choices because I think that that's going to add a little bit of pizzazz to my page, because I have some dark blue in the borders, and now I just added a little dark blue by adding that border there. So I will trim this down a little bit because I have already trimmed the photos. So I'll trim down the mat card so that it's not so wide on the sides there. I'm going to tuck everything else super close, and then on this side I want to bring this blue one in and do the same thing to this photo. I'll do some trimming. So there's my photo placement and my border placement. Let me go ahead and pause. I'll get photos adhered to the page, and we'll come back and we'll get our title, our journaling spot, and our embellishment clusters done. Okay, so hold on. And while I'm taking a quick pause to get things adhered, I'd like to ask you, if you're enjoying this video, please take a moment to click that like button. I truly appreciate it, and thank you for doing that. I'll be right back. Okay, so everything is adhered down, and we are ready to do our title, our journaling, and our embellishing. So this is coming together so fast. I'm just absolutely loving this page. Okay, so let's start off with our titling and journaling. And I'll bring in my cards and my green circles. So for my title, I like how in the inspiration that we saw earlier, they had it coming off the border. That is always an excellent place to kind of house your title when you're creating these kind of borders. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my title up here like they did on their sketch. And then the journaling I think I'm going to put right over here. There's not a lot of room, but that's okay. I'm just going to talk briefly about what we were doing and where we were at. And then for the clustering spots, I'll bring in my circles. I'm going to put my largest one right over here because I have a lot of open space here, so that would be a great spot. And then I think what I'll do is maybe put some embellishing up here and then over here next to the journaling as well. So let's pull in some of the embellishments. So for my title, I kind of thought it would be fun. Use all these different word cards from the embellishment pack. Have it say like, it's a good day to have a good day, loving right now, and just kind of have them kind of layered over each other. Maybe tilt it a little more. And then like we're staying. I just thought that would be super cute. That's my title. It's kind of like just a rambling long sentence. But I think it's cute. It's colorful. This side of the page is very colorful because of the shopping areas and the ice cream store. So I thought that fit very well over here, and I could bring in some more green as well. For my journaling spot, I wanted to bring in this little palm leaf. It has some journaling lines already on it, and that's from the embellishment pack as well. And of course I adhered it. There we go. Just going to tuck it in, kind of coming out the side like that. I'll bring it as close to the edge as possible, just so I have a little bit of room there to write a few things down. To dress that up, in this collection, I had some pieces of some leaves that I had punched out for a previous layout that I didn't end up using. This is just part of the border that we used up here, the Monstera leaf. I just punched it out on some green paper and then clipped them all apart from each other. So I'm going to tuck that one in right there. And this leaf is from the gum leaf punch. That's a fun one, and I just think that is very tropical looking. So I'm going to kind of maneuver these around somehow. There we go. We'll move the gum leaf down here, and then I like that. That's cute. And then over here, let's get that straight. And then over here, I wanted to bring in some more embellishments from the embellishment pack. And so I'm going to bring in this big Monstera leaf. This one is really big, and I'm going to tuck it right under this photo like that. And then I'm going to bring in the Mandevilla flower punch, and I'm going to punch out a couple of flowers to use. I'm going to use this bright orange tone-on-tone paper. It came from the Tropic Time collection as well. And this Mandevilla flower punches out 2 pieces. You can use them separately, or what I like to do is to turn the center around, and then you place it in like that. So I'm going to put that right over here. I feel like the orange here is getting washed out from my background page, so let me bring in some green. Bring in some green from this Tropic Time collection as well. Punch out another flower, and maybe swap out the centerpiece. There we go. Yep, I like that much better, and I'll save these 2 pieces for a future layout. Let's see, let's do that one more time, and maybe bring it over here as well. Let's see, it might be too big. It is quite a big flower, and I don't really want to cover up my journaling spot because I need that. Let's continue and see what we're going to do here. Get that centerpiece, go back to that green one again so that they match. It's cute. Okay, let's see. I would like to put a little word phrase right over there. So let's see. I haven't used any on that one on this sheet. I'm so surprised. Okay, let's I like this one. It says happy place. Relax is cute too, but I'm going to go with happy place because I have a lot of white up here, and I think that if I tuck it right in there, that'll be super cute. So it'll go on like that. Yep, like that. I want to bring in some more colors. So we have blue here. So let me see about bringing in maybe some random blue flowers. I have 2. Let me see, maybe I'll use both of them. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then over here in the journaling area, I want to bring in some of the orange or the coral that I used over here. So maybe we can dress that up a little bit like that. And let's see if we can bring in one more and kind of put it off to the side. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Do we want to add any up there? I like the yellow, but if I bring in yellow, I don't have yellow anywhere else except for in my border a little bit. Well, let's see. Let's see if we like it. We'll just kind of have it off to the side there. Yep, that's cute. I'm going to leave it. Then the last thing I want to do is bring in some of the finishing touches. Let's scoot this over. And in this collection, they gave us some crystal gems. And let's see. I like the green and I like the blue. Let's see, turquoise. Let me get my multi-purpose tool, grab one of these little turquoise. Yeah, I think turquoise is cute. Where do we want to put it? Down here. I think down here. Let's see. Yep, that's cute. I like that. And then let's go ahead and add one over here. And then do we want to add one more at the top up there? I think I do, but I think what I'm going to do is put it right in the center of the flower. I like doing that. There we go. That's our page. I kind of like having this open spot here because this side is pretty colorful and pretty packed now that I have that crazy title up there. And then as you flow over here, it gets more calm as we're looking at the scenery, and then it ends with our our open space or white space there. Okay, I like the orange paper. I'm really happy I went with that background. I think that it really kind of adds a little bit more of that pop that I needed for this Hawaiian layout. So there we go. We did it. We took a sketch of a border. We created the border and we turned it around right away and we made it into a 2-page spread. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun using this Tropic Time collection, and I actually really love the border. It came out super nice and it's super easy, and that's what we want, right? Quick, easy, beautiful pages so that we could get our memories into our albums. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, take care, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. And don't forget to click this playlist right here to see the other videos I did using this border book.